Let's start with our first news. Chael Sonnen recently talked about Arman's next fight and the potential matchups that could make the most sense for him. Officials have discussed a couple of options, but Sonnen believes one fight in particular stands out. As covered on the MMA Zone, Arman confirmed he'll be ready to step in for the June 14th fight between Ilya and Justin Gage if needed. Arman also mentioned the possibility of fighting for a belt this summer, with the BMF title being a potential option. In a recent YouTube video, Chael explained why he would be surprised if Arman faced anyone other than the winner of Ilya versus Gage. He said, "Who are you going to put him with? I have a very difficult time making sense of anybody on the roster right now, aside from the winner of Ilya versus Gage. I have a very hard time, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Unless Arman does something to really piss off Dana White, it's hard to imagine him facing anyone else, especially next." Sonnen also mentioned the context around the BMF title, pointing out that Charles Oliveira's win over Max Holloway didn't really hit with the fans. Some are even calling for that title to be scrapped completely. Despite that, Arman continues to grow rapidly on social media with all the side quests. Recently, he took some shots at Kobe Sington for suing Jorge Masvidal over a restaurant incident back in 2022. According to MMA Fighting, Kobe's attorneys are now seeking over $100,000 in damages from Jorge. Arman responded on Instagram, posting, "The real king of Miami. Don't worry, I don't sue when I get in a fight." Meanwhile, Balal Muhammad revealed that a RAF match with Dylan Danis was in the works. Balal is now booked to fight Gabriel. Sonnen's analysis makes it clear that, with the roster as it sits, the winner of Ilya versus Gage is the logical next opponent for Arman. Arman's social media presence, along with his willingness to step into fights on short notice, continues to increase his profile and fan engagement. Sonnen emphasized that, while other matchups are technically possible, nothing really makes more sense than that fight, given the current state of the UFC roster and the dynamics around the BMF title. Arman's momentum, both inside and outside the cage, is building rapidly, and he seems ready to capitalize on any opportunity that comes his way. With Sonnen's insights and Arman's readiness, it's shaping up to be an exciting few months for the lightweight division and potentially for the BMF title. Fans are closely watching, and the anticipation for Arman's next move continues to grow, both in the Octagon and on social media. Move on to another news. Today, Alex Pereira goes off on Melk Costa for comments, and it all started as Pereira is preparing for his UFC White House fight against Sergon. It looks like a heated online argument sparked between the two fighters. Make sure to leave a like on the video to support the channel. The situation began when Costa appeared on a Brazilian podcast, Connect. After the episode, the host dropped a clip of Costa discussing who he thought would win between John Jones and Pereira. Considering Costa is Brazilian, many expected him to back Pereira, but he didn't. Instead, he picked John Jones. There's nothing inherently wrong with Costa giving his opinion. He explained it respectfully, saying, "Never ask me a question thinking I will stay on top of the wall. If this fight happens, it'll be two GOATs fighting, the best striker versus the best grappler. And yeah, I think JJ would win." Pereira saw the clip and decided to fire back. According to translations, Pereira referenced a past interaction with Costa during his time fighting for LFA. Pereira claimed Costa had recorded a video or taken a photo of him without permission, calling him out for it. Pereira wrote, "Bro, you root for whoever you want, it's all right. But you're saying something you don't even know. When I was at LFA and you were going to fight, the day before, you came and turned your phone on my face while I was at the hotel, drinking coffee and chewing. You didn't even ask if you could. I told you in the moment that you had to ask. Maybe you'd get mad I called your attention. But I thought you weren't mad because we were having dinner together in Mexico. And I was giving you strength because you were crying after losing a fight. And now, when you win 2 fights, you act almighty. I can lose 8 matches in a row." That was Pereira's response to Costa picking Jones, though it may have been the cherry on top for him. Costa then responded, insisting he never intended disrespect and referenced the phone incident, writing, "Brother, I have no problem with you. Go to the podcast to see what I said without the cut. I've never been disrespectful. Back then, I was just a fan and learned not to get too excited taking a picture with an idol at the time." Afterward, Costa summarized the situation on social media. "Summary of my day. I got hate over an opinion on a fight that was never going to happen. Right off the bat, the fighter got pissed as if I badmouthed him when I just gave my opinion. Didn't offend him for a second. The tension seemed more about how Costa delivered his prediction than the opinion itself, with Pide clearly holding on to past interactions that added fuel to the online spat. Move on to another news. Conor McGregor fought last night, but not in the Octagon. A clip surfaced online showing McGregor competing in a boxing match in his hometown of Dublin, Ireland. Bloody Elbow reported that the fight took place at the Kremlin Boxing Club, where Conor has trained since he was a kid. His opponent was an amateur boxer named Barry Nolan, and during the match, the referee was forced to give Nolan standing 8 counts twice. As expected, Conor dominated the fight, even without going full out. The match consisted of 3 3-minute rounds, showcasing McGregor's striking skills and conditioning. While this doesn't guarantee a return to the UFC, it's another sign that Conor is serious about fighting again. Another big indicator is that he's been in the testing pool consistently. As covered on the channel every week, he continues to be the most tested fighter in the promotion. Even this week, the results came out, and once again, he's at the top of the list. McGregor's dedication to training and testing shows he's keeping himself ready for competition, whether in boxing or back in the Octagon. The fight also highlights his competitive spirit. Even in a controlled exhibition, he dominated an opponent with precision and power, proving that his striking remains elite. This performance in Dublin adds fuel to the speculation around his return to MMA. Fans have been eagerly watching every update, and McGregor's consistent activity in training and testing pools suggests he's planning for something big. While nothing is officially confirmed for a UFC return in 2026, all signs point toward Conor preparing for a serious comeback. His recent exhibition and ongoing testing show that he's not just staying active for fun, but is focused on remaining competitive at the highest level. This commitment is a clear message to the MMA world that Conor McGregor is still very much in the game and ready to take on challenges when the timing is right. From his hometown exhibition to maintaining top-tier testing status, Conor is proving that his fighting career isn't slowing down. The boxing match against Barry Nolan serves as a reminder of his striking dominance, his competitive mindset, and his readiness to return to professional fighting. Fans and analysts alike are keeping a close eye on his next moves, anticipating a potential return that could shake up the lightweight and featherweight divisions. His recent performances confirm that Conor McGregor remains a force to be reckoned with in combat sports. Move on to another news. Jiri Prochazka reacts to concerns for UFC 327 as Fight Week approaches in Miami, Florida. With the event around the corner, fans are buzzing about the timing of his personal life. Jiri's partner recently confirmed that the birth of their daughter could happen right around his fight against Carlos Alberg on April 11th. That means Jiri could potentially win the light heavyweight title at the exact same time his daughter is born, a move only someone with his samurai mindset would pull off. Reports emerged that Jiri's partner, Kamila Kordulikova, is too far along in her pregnancy to travel from the Czech Republic for the event. This sparked speculation that Jiri might pull out of UFC 327 to be with his partner for the birth. However, Jiri recently appeared on the Dan Lerdardt show and addressed these concerns directly. He made it clear that both he and his partner know their own goals for the night and are ready to handle their respective missions. He said, "Outside of Carlos, forget about Carlos over this weekend. The most important fight you're going to have is you and a 7-pound baby for 6 months. Right now, there is no other thing than Carlos. Then the mission next week. I believe my girlfriend will handle this, and everything will be all right after the fight. But I have my mission, and she has her mission." That statement reflects the focus and discipline Jiri is known for. Fans who have followed him over the years won't be surprised by this response. Jiri seems to eat, breathe, and live fighting. He's deeply committed to winning the light heavyweight title again, a victory that will not only solidify his legacy, but also help his new family financially. Longtime followers also know he's obsessed with samurai culture and the samurai code, which explains his calm, methodical approach to high-pressure situations. True to his samurai mindset, Jiri recently demonstrated his precision and focus by popping a balloon with a sword, further cementing his disciplined persona. UFC 327 promises to be an intense event, and Jiri's combination of personal resolve, professional dedication, and samurai influence makes him one of the most compelling fighters in the division. fans can expect an unwavering focus from him inside the Octagon, while his personal life continues to unfold alongside his professional mission, highlighting the balance of family and fighting in true samurai fashion. Move on to another news. Rafael Estam missed weight for his bantamweight fight against Ethan Ewing tonight. He came in at 136 pounds, 1.2 pounds over the limit, and reports confirm that Estam will forfeit 20% of his purse. This immediately drew reactions online, with Lauren Murphy tweeting, "20% of your purse for half a pound. Literally no point in fighting, especially if you lose. 20% plus management, coaching, plus tax." The frustration is understandable, as even a small weight miss can carry major financial and reputational consequences in the UFC. Some might argue that missing weight by half a pound isn't a huge deal, but Estam's history makes this a pattern of concern. Luke Thomas pointed out on X that making weight has consistently been a problem for him, noting that he's missed weight 3 times in 4 UFC fights. In his last fight, he came in at 130 pounds for a flyweight bout, and now he's moving up to bantamweight, yet still misses. This pattern puts him on thin ice with the UFC, even if he secures an impressive win tonight. Weight issues are particularly disappointing given Estam's performance in the Octagon. He's gone 3-0 in the UFC to date and boasts a 14-0 overall record, showing elite skill and finishing ability. Despite his talent, repeated failures to make weight raise questions about professionalism and long-term prospects in the division. Fighters who miss weight risk losing fan confidence, sponsorships, and UFC opportunities. And Estam's repeated issues make it harder for the promotion to fully trust him in high-stakes matchups. Tonight, Estam will step into the Octagon carrying not just the fight on his shoulders, but the added scrutiny for missing weight. His opponent, Ethan Ewing, benefits from the extra financial compensation, but the competitive edge is also slightly shifted. The UFC and fans alike will be watching closely to see how Estam responds inside the cage. Even with the setback, Estam has a chance to prove that his skill and dominance can overcome the criticism. A decisive victory could reaffirm his status as a rising star, though the weight problems remain a significant storyline. The UFC's bantamweight division continues to see talent rise, but professionalism and discipline outside the cage remain just as critical as performance inside. Estam's career momentum depends not only on wins, but on his ability to consistently make weight and show reliability, ensuring he stays a contender in the promotion's competitive landscape. Move on to another news. New UFC fights have been announced as Marcel Dorff revealed that Kai Asakura is moving up to bantamweight to face Cameron Smotherman. This bout will take place on the UFC's May 30th card in Macau, China. Asakura is looking to get back on track after being submitted by Alejandro Pantoja and Tim Elliott since arriving in the UFC from Horizon. His opponent, Smotherman, is also coming off 2 straight losses, having dropped decisions to Sergey City and Ricky Simon, though he had previously won 4 bouts in a row. Marc Dorff also reported several matchups for the UFC's May 2nd card in Perth, Australia. In the heavyweight division, Shamil Gazif is set to face Brando Peric. Gazif is coming off his 2nd professional loss, having been knocked out by Waldo Cortez Costa last November, and he holds a 3-2 UFC record so far. Peric, on the other hand, competed last month, stopping Louis Sutherland in the first round. That victory marked Peric's 2nd UFC bout, following his first-round finish of Elijah Ellison in his Octagon debut back in September. In the middleweight division, Wes Schultz is set to fight Ben Johnston. Schultz will be looking for his first UFC win after being stopped by Damian Pinnis in his Octagon debut in February. Schultz entered the UFC after earning a submission victory at the Dana White Contender Series last October. His opponent, Johnston, will be making his UFC debut in Perth, holding a professional MMA record of 5-1. A welterweight matchup has also been added, with Jonathan Malif facing TMBA. Malif is coming off a submission win over Elliott in January, extending his winning streak to 4 fights. His opponent, Gurimbo, is looking to snap back after consecutive losses to Jeremiah Wells and Vicente Luque. Gurimbo had previously won 4 fights in a row and is famously the fighter who received a house gift from The Rock. Finally, in bantamweight, Kobe Thickness is set to face Vince Morales on the Perth card. Thickness last competed in September, earning a decision win over Josiah Musasa. Morales, however, is struggling, having lost 3 consecutive fights over a 2-year span, including a unanimous decision defeat to Ronald Rosas Jr. back in March 2025. These matchups highlight exciting action across multiple divisions, giving UFC fans in Macau and Perth plenty to look forward to as Fight Week approaches. Move on to another news. Sean O'Malley versus Arman Zahabi is now officially for the interim bantamweight belt at the White House card. Shauna Ali's fight against Arman Zahabi was recently elevated to an interim title bout, and Suga confirmed the news himself in a recent video. Initially, the rumor was floated by Cha Sonnen, but many fans brushed it off at the time, as Cha is known for constantly leaking so-called insider info that doesn't always turn out accurate. Now, Ali has provided full details, revealing that Peter Yan is injured, which forced the UFC to upgrade this matchup into an interim title fight scheduled for June 14th. This development has major implications for the division. Merab Dvalishvili, who was widely expected to get a title shot this summer following his strong run, will now have to wait longer for another crack at the belt. The machine's momentum will have to be paused, while the spotlight shifts to O'Malley and Zahabi. For Ali, this is a massive opportunity. A win over Zahabi would crown him as the interim champ and give him serious momentum heading into the second half of 2026. The stakes have been raised significantly, and the fight now carries major importance on the historic White House card. In a clip of Cha and Suga confirming the news, it was emphasized that Ali's matchup at the White House has officially become an interim title fight. This means two things. First, get well to Peter Yan. And second, Merab will not be receiving that immediate rematch. Suga explained, "I just got off the phone with Hunter. Dana, Suga, Ayman at the White House is for the interim title. It will be 5 rounds. They said Peter Yan is going to be out till early next year with his back surgery. Right after his back surgery, he's getting hair implants, so he's going to be out for an extra few months. Interim title at the White House." The interim belt now gives O'Malley and Zahabi a chance to make history, and the fight promises to deliver high-level action and drama. Ali has been training intensely for this opportunity, knowing that a victory here could elevate his career and place him among the top contenders in the division. With Peter Yan sidelined, this interim title fight provides a platform for O'Malley to prove he belongs at the very top, and for Zahabi to solidify his position as a legitimate threat in the bantamweight division. Fans can expect 5 rounds of competitive action, with both fighters bringing their A-game to the White House stage.